Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Mostly Vanilla Survival series. Once more, oh my god, all the houses. Okay, so the houses look far better now because in this episode I changed the stone texture again, so it's not nearly so brain damaging. That's the best way I could describe it. So, they look like this now. That's stone. And I also changed the glass texture, so that's why there looks like there's nothing in here. So, I'll definitely fix that texture in the next episode as well, because I want to be able to tell that there's actually glass there. But you know my role, and that role is to not... Oh, there's a spider. A couple of spiders there, actually. Hold on. What are you two doing here? And how are you in the same spot? And why didn't that hit you? Anywho, as my role dictates, I cannot change textures in a single episode. That's not the best way to put it. I can't change textures in the middle of an episode. And so what I'm gonna do is, I need to gather, or maybe not. Hold on. Okay, so there's no problems with where stone is concerned. What about wood? I have birch wood, but that's all. So I will need to cut down more trees for oak wood. And good for me that so many oak trees are actually growing. So I'm going to go around cutting down these trees before I do anything else in this episode. Well, I cut down quite a bit of the oak trees. Don't mind my missing levels. I may or may not have been killed by an iron golem again. But that's besides the point. I finished cutting down the oak trees and I dropped off the wood in my chests. So what I want to do now is... What I want to do now is to head down deep into my mine and start collecting deep slate again, because that is the material I want, and I've been thinking about going back into the nether to work on my base in there. And so I think it would be a good idea if I use deep slate, because not only is it blast resistant, but deep slate is also non-combustible, which means it can't catch on fire because it's stone. So it makes it a great building block to use in the nether, and that's what I want. Since I'm running out of crimson wood and crimson trees to cut down to gather that wood, it would be wise to look at different avenues of building materials, and so I turned to stone, and I like deep slate. So this is my decision. I'm going to use these two pickaxes that I've made while the recording was paused to collect deep slate. I'm going to keep mining with them until these two pickaxes no longer have any durability and they shatter. Because that is what I do. Because once these pickaxes are broken, then that means I would have deep slate for a while, as long as I don't use them on projects that are large. So I'm gonna get to that, and for you all this would seem like an instant, but for me it's gonna be around, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes until these pickaxes break. Maybe less, maybe I'm exaggerating or overestimating, but it's still gonna take a while. So I need to lock in. No commentary. Recording paused. Well, my pickaxe broke. It shattered into tiny little copper shards, which means I no longer have a mining tool with me, so it's time to head back up with all the deep slate I have and the gravel and tough blech. But I got quite a bit of it, and I've been thinking while I was down here that maybe I'll use deep slate, like not cobbled deep slate naturally. But I've been thinking that maybe I'll use deep slate as the paths for my village, you know, connecting each of the buildings together. I think I'll have that be deep slate because I like the block. I hate gravel. I hate the normal paths. So, of course, I've always been thinking about what block to make the paths for the village. And you all should remember, if you've been watching this series since the beginning, that I did debate about whether or not making the paths crimson planks, which I ultimately decided not to do. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with the deep slate. I'm going to use them as the path blocks to lead to the different buildings in this village. And it's night and raining. Fun. So, in the morning, I'll start digging up the path for me to lay out the bricks. Alright, I made some shovel. I made some shovel. You gotta be kidding me. I made some shovels. So, let's get to work. Naturally, this path is going to be 3 wide. And it's going to go... Oh, that's one shovel down. It's going to go all the way between these 2 buildings. So, I'm going to keep it this way a bit. And now I'm going to move it like that. Break this one and then continue the path. Because there's going to be a small pathway that's going to lead to that villager house on my left. A smaller one, a single block. And so I don't want it to be directly connected to the 3 blocks. What I mean by that is I don't want it turning the 3 block path into a 4 block wide. Because that would be quite ugly and frankly unnecessary. A bit much, if you will. Anywho, this is one path. Now, time to lead to this house. Let's do something like this. Don't want it to necessarily be straight. And then there is this path, one that needs to go there. How do I want to play this? Let's do this. Take this 3, break you, and then another 3, break you, 3, and this will be the path. So now what I do is from let's do this. Yeah, it's pretty unsightly, but it works. It's fine. It actually allows me to do this and connect it to the villager house as well. So now I'm gonna go and place the deep slate tiles for the path, and that is the block I chose to be the pathways because deep slate tiles are my favorite block in Minecraft. So I simply need to fill this canal up with these deep slate tiles, and I'll continue the recording once I do so, or if I run out of deep slate tiles before I finish filling out this canal, which I frankly find highly unlikely. So I will continue the recording once I have this entire pathway laid out. Yeah, so I accidentally misplaced this block here, but the path is done. I just realized that I had a show playing. Well, it should be fine. Surely YouTube can't depict what show that was a part of. I'm going to leave that in. Oh, that is a huge risk I'm taking. I hope I don't get striked into oblivion, even though my videos aren't copyrighted. I don't want any legal trouble. Oh boy. You know, yeah, you know what? I think I will cut that bit out. I know this series is supposed to be non-edited, but I can't be taking risks like that. So this episode will be an exception to this rule. Oh boy. And so for that matter, I'd like to apologize. This video will be edited to some degree. Yoo-hoo. I doubt many people or anybody really are going to be upset about that, but you know. I feel like it's a betrayal, given the idea of this series, but whatever. I might be able to get over it eventually. And it's night again, by the way. I'm surprised I haven't been attacked by mobs yet. But I think I'm doing pretty well. Getting rid of all these path blocks. And yes, I am getting rid of the ones around my farm too, because every time I come over here, I have to deal with the fact that I can see underneath my farm. See, like right here. I could see underneath my farm because of these path blocks, and I don't like it. I'm sick of it. So that's why I'm getting rid of these path blocks as well, and not only the ones that are more visible within the village's boundaries. So I am almost finished. Only this bit left, so I will do that bit off camera. So I'm going to pause the recording and go to sleep real quick because I don't like building when it's night. And survival. Yeah, survival. I don't like building at night in survival. Such a huge pain when mobs swarm you. Alright, the path is fixed. Now it's time to expand out this hill some more because I don't like how there's a little slope here. This little crescent shaped entry thing. I don't know what to call it. I don't know why I called it an entry. I'm just blabbing. Anywho, there we go. And do some more expansion. I'm trying to make it look natural here. It's always hard to make, you know, landscapes look natural if you've done some work on them in Minecraft. But as long as you don't look at it with a sort of OCD perspective, I guess it's not too difficult. Too difficult. Like what I'm doing now. Yeah, break that. You. And expand this third layer up here as well. I will remove this street lamp right here. By the way, I don't know if I recorded that part or not, but I had to kill one of my villagers because they decided to leave their door wide open and a zombie got to them. And since I can't yet make a weakness potion because I don't have blaze powder, and I can't yet make a golden apple because I don't have gold, I killed the villager. Yep, it's dead. It went X-eyed, cross-eyed, whatever you want to call it. So it's no longer in this realm. So I may have to bring out another villager to make up for it. Pretty sure one of the ones that died was one of my it's one of my librarians because the cleric's still here. It was the librarian with piercing 2 as a trait. Wait, no. Oh, that must mean that the villager that died was my farmer. Yeah, I think my farmer died. Well, that's unfortunate. I liked that one. He had decent farming trades, so... what a loss. Anywho, expand this out a bit more, yada yada yada. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. It's fine. By the way, I noticed in one of my farming episodes, the second one, where I added the carrot and wheat farm, I noticed that I didn't put the slabs on the bottom of my farms like I said I was going to do in my first farm episode. And so in that episode, I went ahead and did that. But of course, it was after I already ended the video. So y'all didn't get to see it. Oh, it looks like I'm going to need to do some harvesting soon. All my crops are grown. They're all so vibrant and colorful. I still have yet to change any of the carrot or potato textures, so... you can understand why they don't necessarily fit in with the wheat and beetroot. But anywho, all my terraforming's done, I believe, right? Yeah? Are my terraformings done? Yep, okay, but it's still a bit too flat, so I'm gonna add some land, like here and there, to not make it look like I cleared out all this land to build, even though I did. But it's all about the perception of it, right? You don't want to give away the perception of this being a village being built along... Where did I get stripped oak wood? I'm confused. I never made stripped oak wood before. Like, at all. Where'd this come from? Oh, okay, you know, I'm an idiot. Well, not an idiot. I am short-minded? No. Goldfish memory? No. I have a very small memory. I'm easily distracted. So, what I mean is, I got it from that street lamp I broke. Yep, see, I was right. I got it from a street lamp. Speaking of street lamps, I think I'm going to go around and placing some of those. Usually when I make lamps, I prefer using lanterns, not torches, but I have tons of torches and no lanterns, so it seems like torches would be the better idea here. Alright, I got the materials for the street lights. So originally I was going to, you know, do wood or something like that, planks maybe. But I decided, why not match the street lights to the path itself? 1, 2, 3, and so the block I'm going to put at the top of here are naturally deep slate tiles. This should light up the area, hopefully make sure that there's less casualties going forth in the future from mobs. So I'm going to place these. I want to light the area up. Make it a bit safer for my peons, because as much as I hate villagers, they are still useful. So I want to make good use of their usefulness. And so 1, 2, 3 deep slate tiles, and then torches. I don't know how many of these things I'm gonna need, but I think it's gonna be a decent amount. Like, let's put one right here. 1, 2, 3. Plop the tiles up there. Oop. Okay, there we go. And then, you don't go there. Add the torches. Oh, I don't like how it's connected to the roof, but whatever. It's fine. 1, 2, 3. It certainly makes it seem like it's more of a generated village. I mean, of course it's not generated. It's player made, and that's obvious because of the detail and the block themes, or the block choice, whatever. It's very obviously a player made structure, but at least it appears somewhat more natural with the messed up streetlights. Also, can somebody explain to me why villagers like to leave their doors open? Is there like a mod for smarter villagers to make it where they actually make sure that their doors are shut before they decide to go to bed? Because that would be most helpful to me. And them, for that matter. It's like these villagers don't have any sense of danger. And I don't like it. It's gonna cause a lot of problems for me in the future. So I want it solved. Alright, mobs keep appearing over here in my path somehow. I thought this area was pretty well lit, but maybe not. Like, maybe I put a light right here. Oh, and no, there we go. And then put torches on that. Maybe it'll prevent mobs from spawning up here more often. And that's also how my villager here got. It's because while I did leave the fence gate open by accident, a mob also spawned up here and got to it. So I need to solve that problem to prevent any more accidents like that happening in the future. And very clearly, a mob couldn't have entered through here because this is 2 blocks. So unless it was a spider, impossible. Anywho, with this area is well lit, I think. I mean, I'd like to say so. Put torches here and here. And do the same over here. Put one right there and one right here. Come down, place one here and one there. There we go. Now it's well lit enough that mobs probably won't spawn in there. Anyway, this episode is far more shorter than what it would usually be. And there's a reason for that. It's because today is New Year's Eve. At least it is for me when I'm recording this, but it's long past New Year's Eve, and even New Year's by the time you'll be seeing this, so, anyway, I got plans today, so I'm gonna have to leave things off here, and all I can say is, goodbye everyone. Make sure to come back to my next episode as well, and hopefully I would improve in my video making skills by then, because I am very, very noobish at this still, even though I've been recording YouTube videos on this account specifically for over 2 years now, I believe. Over 2 years. And so I still have a long ways to go. It is a long journey. It's a long process. It's a long process. And every step of the way, you learn something, you slowly improve, and maybe one day you could become professional at something. And that's my goal. Anywho, as I said, this is the end of this video. Make sure to check into the next episode, and bye everybody.